welcome back to the channel already, lads and ladies, and welcome back to the Type 61, because this tank continues to surprise me. We are only a few modules in on the grind, and the Heat FS sound, excuse me, were those words? The Heat FS, it's a shell and a round, that's what I did. The Heat FS shell round is a serious game changer for this tank. No longer do you need to be sort of, how should I put this? You don't have to commit to being an ambush tank. I'm not sure what happened. I think that one just went a teeny bit below that leopard. Otherwise, I suspect we would have one-shotted him. One-shotted, one-shot. As you see, very effective against the old Leo. So that's a rank doesn't matter or something like that. Is that right? When you're one BR below the thing that you killed. Anyway, we'll get more of that. This is going to be a ridiculous match, so I hope you enjoy. And I don't mean, you know, you're going to see better matches from the replays that you guys have been sending in. By the way, replay videos soon. I want to get into doing that, but just, you know, I've been playing so much. I want to talk about my own stuff for a little bit because I've just been playing so much War Thunder lately. I also have some replays to record, by the way. Remind me of that. But anyway, before the next War Thunder update and they get all nuked. So, what was I talking about? Heat FS makes this into a very aggressive ninja tank. I'm already starting to get some good mobility out of this vehicle, and I think I just got the engine module researched with this battle that you're seeing, so I don't even have it yet at this point, I think. And also, this tank has a really nice turret reverse, so that's very helpful. There's a surprising number of things about this tank that make it a lot better than the other medium tanks that Japan has had up to this point, but at the same time, it really fits into the same meta. It's just equipped to deal with those things better. And we're very capable of stealth killing a Centurion who's focused on somebody else. And again, I said we're going to be a ninja assassin tank, and I hope this gameplay will live up to that what's it called when you add up the score on something? Anyway, evaluation! Anyway, what am I doing today? I've been really distracted. I am literally moments away from getting my hands on the Merkaba, so that's super exciting. And the kids are just starting to get tired. It's really hot here today, but it's kind of nice. It's balmy, and it gives me an excuse to sit around and burn calories just by sweating here. And I got the fan going in the house. Looks like we're getting some smoke from California, so there you go. How does the old saying go? Red sky at night, sailors delight. Red sky in the morning, sailors take warning. And red sky all day, California's burning again. Anyway, climate change or social change, you decide. But we are going to try and turn the tables here. The US 6777 vehicles that are backing us up, very strong, and there's only going to be as many as 477 vehicles on either side. Oh, hello there. One thing about the binocular commander's view on this tank is that elevated cupola that also has a rangefinder on, by the way. Coincidence? Actually, yes, it's a coincidence rangefinder. But the bulgy sort of looks like one of those Ashigaru hats from back in the day, but the cupola on top of this tank sticks up even more than the rather high profile turret does, which means you're able to sort of scout and keep a very low profile because of the way that War Thunder models the commander's line of sight now in binocular view. So that's really helpful. I keep wishing that I had the scouting feature, but this is actually a medium tank. and it really does play like one. In fact, excuse me, I'm gonna cough here. Oh my gosh, the baby jumped. But it really plays a lot like a 6.7 Leopard. I was talking about the Tiger patent, the M48 Premium, that has heat FS and a good power to weight ratio at 7.0, but this thing seems to have even more mobility. Despite the sort of angular nature, can we get the shot? Machine gun just in case there's any fences, and the one crew that gets taken down, the gunner. This Tiger 2 now suffering from his lack of maneuverability and the fact that post-war heat FS is gonna melt through that frontal plate like butter. But so will a 17-pounder firing APDS, and that's not a post-war piece of equipment necessarily. But anyway, Tiger tears and German fears decide, oh, another Tiger? Well, don't mind if I do, Tiger 2. And we take out the turret ring, and I'm kind of wondering if it's safe to pop out. It does look like he's trying to get his gun on target. We machine gun and then fire, but the fence still eats our round, and it looks like he's focusing on someone else, which is all the better for our ninjutsu. Oh man, there was this game called Shinobi 3, which was for the, I want to say it was for the Sega Genesis. Yeah, lots of fun. It turns out there's a few Shinobi games, one of them for the Sega handheld. What was it called? The Game Gear? I remember you'd load that thing up with, like, how many was it? 4 or 6 AA batteries, a hefty weight of baterazis, and the thing would burn through those in a matter of minutes. It was absolutely insane. Maybe an hour on all those AA's, and the little extremely bright screen that they put in that thing would just burn those batteries down to nothing in no time. I feel like they could have had, I mean, I don't know how the technology worked back then. Could that have even been a CRT? Anyway, I think maybe it was a bit brighter than it needed to be, but maybe that wouldn't have made all that much of a difference back in the day. Alright, enemy, what's that thing called? Frenchy boy. Tried to take him down with the 50 cals, but a heat FS will suffice. Yes, indeed, a 90 mil heat FS will do. And mostly what we've been doing here is just listening for gunshots, taking a peek at the minimap every now and then, enjoying the great support that my teammates have been giving me as they get picked off one by one and focused by the enemy. I'm able to, if not protect them, at least avenge them. Anyway, I just had to make this video because this tank really surprised me recently with its ability to even perform decently well as a stock vehicle with 90 mil AP, which I've never ever been impressed with, and it didn't blow my mind at all, but this tank has just enough mobility and gun handling to get away with it. Now at 6.7 you can't ignore the 6.7 Brits that have stabilizers. I mean, don't ignore me. Notice me. He noticed me. Anyway, you can't ignore the fact that you're gonna face British stabilizers and everybody else's stabilizers at 7.7 and whatnot. Except sort of the US, it doesn't jump on the bandwagon quite so soon. But at the same time, not everybody's going to have a stab, and if you're playing this tank right, it doesn't really matter, because what this tank does best is twofold. One, it's a fantastic sniper. With your coincidence rangefinder, you can range out to longer distances with more accuracy and speed than the naked eye. Careful now. And with your heat FS, of course, range is no issue. So if you've estimated your range, or I recommend using the binocular view and then range finding from there, so you don't even need to peek over an obstacle. Find the range, dial it in, shoot the other snipers who are camping, and hit people who are on the move. with your reasonably good muzzle velocity Heat FS round that you won't have to lead too crazy much. And once you find the range with your rangefinder, you don't even need to bother fiddling with that. And then, so that's sniper mode. Sorry, my brain is just tired. I still have a cold. I'm really starting to get over it, honest. But it's taken a while. It's been a pretty rough one. And the girls have been pretty demanding on me today. So that's one thing this tank is good at. I'd say even it's the best sniper that Japan has up to this point. And tier for tier, I really should have made that shot. Also, we go through all of that fuel and ammunition, and all we do is set a fire. I mean, come on. Come on. Alright, a second fire. Why not? This time at least, he kablooms the way he was meant to. Kabloom? Don't worry about it. Forget about it. And look at that. 3 armor plates that Heat FS round went through, and it's no issue, even if it is a Lorraine 40T. So, AMX, whatevs. Let's take this thing to the desert and show you a little more of what I'm talking about. This spot that I'm going to go to is my favorite spot on this map. It's so good for intercepting people as they move up toward the capture zones, and the 3-cap version of this map is just so good. I'm not a fan of 1-cap maps in general, just because I don't like getting railroaded, and this just encourages people to use more of the map, which, I mean, Gaijin works hard on these things, even if we bitch about it sometimes. They really do. Anyway, we got a face full of boosh here, like it's 19, never mind. And here we go killing again. As you can see, it's fairly easy to line up the gun. I mean, yeah, it's fairly easy to line up the gun. Did we take out his gunner? Yeah, I think we both had a round in the air at the same time, but he got my cupola, so that's no issue for me. And look at the power of that Heat FS, just blasting its way through that thick armor on the M103 like it's not even there. And a somewhat poorly aimed shot at what's probably around 800 millimeters of armor. Yeah, even that Heat FS ain't gonna go through that. But the central plate there, easy to punch through and deal the damage. So what was I saying about this tank, other than it's good at sniping, as I feel like I've demonstrated there. It's not long range sniping, but it's still sniping. It's good at sort of the scorpion tactic, to hole up just outside of the enemy's line of sight and then peek out, give them the old pokey poke, and wait for them to die of the poison damage. But the other thing it does well is what I showed earlier, which is to ninja your way around the map, getting a good feel for where enemies are, keeping your ears open in those close quarters urban environments for enemy engines, and making people pay for listening to Sabaton. Not only will they get a skewed view of history, but also they'll get destroyed in War Thunder. So, I guess that's all I had to say about this tank. Maybe join the Discord if you want to hang out with me. I have been trying to make it a point to be available in the voice channel there, and I do AFK a lot. So if you see me in the voice channel, I'm usually in general voice chat, and you come say hi and you don't hear anything from me, I promise you it's not because I'm avoiding you. It's usually because I'm feeding a very demanding child, changing a diaper, or running off to the bathroom to go eliminate some stuff, and also spend some social time with my girls, because I'm not sure who teaches every woman in the world that potty time is conversation time, but that's very much a thing, and they just pour their way into the bathroom as soon as they see me go there. Anyway, nice friendly smokes up my booty, as you do, and I can see through smoke just enough here at the edge of it to get some shots at that scent. Or is that a Carnarvon? I think that's a Carnarvon. A little bit over his head there, as most of my jokes is probably going. Probably because half the joke is in my head when I say it, and the other half just comes out of my mouth, and it sort of gets garbled in the process. But anyway, It's been a long day, it's been a long grind for the Merkava, and I'm happy to be getting done with it. And after all of that, you know what I'm probably going to do? I'm going to sit on that thing for months like it's a dragon egg and just completely ignore the fact that it exists until everybody else is done with it, and then I'm going to take it out, because that's just the kind of counterculture person I am. Also, I'm not a huge fan of vehicle spam, because it really throws off the meta, and I think it makes you learn some bad habits if you play a totally different meta than, well, I mean, let's just admit it. I want to be the special boy. I want to be the event tank boy. I'm the one with the event tank. And if everybody else has one, the poor little beast, not so special. Anyway, what's that, about 400? It seems about right. Oh, yeah, a little low. Okay, we'll bump her up a bit, and that should do. Are we looking at me yet? Have you noticed, sir? This would be a great time to back up, French person. I'm kind of surprised that didn't also go into his exposed ammunition rack there, but we will adjourn for now. It looks like he has scampered off in forward drive, no less. That's a rare thing. Oh, hello. Hello there. Super Pershing, a rare and mysterious vehicle in real life, and yet the ammo rack exposed to my X-ray vision, and himself very busy judging from his banana barrel, dealing with my teammates. So we'll call that securing the kill for the Emperor, and getting us some honor for the Type 61. Once again, I can't restate how much I've really started to enjoy this tank. It's such a good coincidence, because this lovely vehicle sits at the same BR as my favorite jet in the game, possibly my favorite aircraft, the Kika. It's just one of those vehicles that is always relaxing for me to play, and I did end up shooting down some ME-262s today, so that always makes me happy. Oh, what else? Man, I feel like I've said a lot today. This is a little bit longer of a video, so you're welcome. And like I said, I'm really looking forward to what's coming later on today. In fact, what is it? Jeez, it's 13 minutes until the event rolls over into the... Well, we had a good run. Anyway, that'll do it for today's video. And as always, I hope you enjoyed. Catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.